Your liver is an amazing organ. It has hundreds of important jobs that we'll go over in this episode. Its size can vary considerably from person to person, being as small as about 1.5 pounds up to 4 pounds in a healthy liver. In a sick liver, you can actually remove up to 75% of a person's liver and it will regrow back to its original size. It has to have that kind of resilience because it has to deal with things like toxins and bacteria. So welcome to our Good Things You Could Do for Your Liver episode. Of course, we'll start off with something that's a tad bad, but people are interested in it. Alcohol and how to get it out of your body and prevent hangovers. But we'll explain the good things you could do for your liver also. Hi, my name is Jerry Hickey. I'm a licensed pharmacist who has also studied nutrition. I'm over here at Invite Health. I'm also the scientific director, and I'd like to talk to you today about the good things you could do for your liver. So please be sure to subscribe to our Invite Health podcast, and please leave us a review. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Invite Health. All of the info on today's episode will be linked in the episode description, and you can visit us at invitehealth.com/podcast for more information. So I'd like to describe some of your important jobs. What else does your liver do? It regulates things. Your liver regulates protein synthesis. You're made out of protein. A lot of your hormones are made out of protein. Your enzymes that make things work quicker and more appropriately are made out of protein. Your cells are made out of protein. Your liver also regulates blood clotting. It makes a lot of the blood clotting factors. And your liver, it doesn't directly control your blood pressure. That's more through your kidneys, and your adrenal glands. But it creates a hormone that strongly affects blood pressure called angiotensin. In fact, a number of the drugs used to treat high blood pressure have to do with inhibiting angiotensin. Your liver detoxifies many things, and that's why it has to be so good at regenerating. Like I said before, up to 75% of a liver could be removed, and it'll regrow back to its original size. So your liver has to remove old drugs and pesticides and herbicides and fungicides and excessive hormones like estrogens. It has to remove chemical pollutants. Oh, it also has to remove microbes from your digested food. When you digest your food in your digestive tract, it enters this big vein, and it goes into the liver. And the liver has these large, stay-put immune cells. It's called a reticuloendothelial system. The cells are called macrophages. And they're capable of removing things from the blood and the food that's in the blood before the food enters your circulation. Otherwise, bacteria would get into your circulation. That's why it's dangerous for people with severe liver disease. They can get an infection in their heart because the liver isn't appropriately removing bacteria and viruses and even toxins and little pieces of styrofoam and plastic, etc., from your digested food. So your liver, really, really, really important. And at some point, we'll do a podcast just on detoxification. I think that's very important. But your liver loses some of this capacity to remove toxins as you grow older. And of course, there is a genetic variability as how good you are at removing toxins in the first place. It does vary from person to person. But there are certain foods and nutrients that can help you restore detoxification, so we'll get to that. Let's first go to a break. When we come back from the break, we'll talk about alcohol. We'll be right back.
This podcast is brought to you by InviteHealth.com. For over 20 years, Invite Health has provided premium quality supplements and expert advice you can trust. Now, first-time customers can enjoy an exclusive offer. Visit invitehealth.com/podcast or click the link in this episode description. That's invitehealth.com/podcast for your exclusive offer on Invite Health products. Invite Health offers the resources you need to make important decisions about your health. Chat live with degreed healthcare professionals, get product information, and find retail locations near you at invitehealth.com. You can also learn about our new genetic testing program and our exclusive Invite Fitness Wellness program. Follow Invite Health on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and be sure to subscribe to our podcast today. Now back to our episode.
Okay, welcome back. Let's talk about something fairly universal, alcohol. And let's talk about the kind you drink. And let's talk about the safety of alcohol, first of all. It's thought that one drink a day for a fully grown man is safe. They can have up to 2 drinks a day. More than that becomes dangerous. For women, it's 1 drink a day or less. Alcohol is toxic. Alcohol does cause inflammation. It could damage the digestive tract. It could damage the liver. And all kinds of ramifications come out of that. When you drink alcohol, the liver converts it to aldehydes. Now, you know of certain aldehydes. Think of formaldehyde. Think of that biology class in high school where you put the frogs in the formaldehyde and it removed all their tissues. Formaldehyde is toxic. The liver converts alcohol to aldehydes, especially acetaldehyde, and that's about 30 times more toxic than the original alcohol. And these aldehydes, they're pretty much responsible for your hangover. The effect of the alcohol on your brain in the first place, being severely dehydrated. The thing is, you could break down these aldehydes and help prevent a hangover. So you can increase the activity of an enzyme in your liver called aldehyde dehydrogenase. So here's the scenario. You're out on a great date. You're having a great time. You're not keeping track of time. You're drinking too many cocktails, maybe too much wine. You don't want a hangover. You have things to do the next day, and you don't want to suffer. So when you get home before retiring, take these nutrients. If you have some B6, it'll help, vitamin B6, which is called pyridoxine. But the supplement NAC, which is actually very good for the liver and the brain, by the way. NAC is an amazing nutrient. We'll have to do a number of podcasts over time for NAC. NAC is actually an antidote for a lot of things that could go wrong with the liver. Take NAC, which stands for N-acetylcysteine, 600 milligrams, and take something that comes out of the tea plant, L-theanine, 200 milligrams. Take it with a snack and a glass of water. And this will stimulate the enzyme that breaks down the acetaldehyde. It converts it into acetate, which is similar to what's in vinegar. So that's like benign. That won't hurt you. And this can help prevent a hangover. Now, in the morning, have some adaptogens. You can have the NAC again. Not a problem. You can have more NAC. Take your multivitamin because the B vitamins will give your brain some energy. But take some adaptogens in the morning. Panax ginseng is great. A dose of Panax ginseng will get you up and going without being a stimulant. Rhodiola, which is Viking ginseng, is great. You could take a little bit more theanine, no more than 100 milligrams in the daytime at one time. So here is some great help for your liver. Let's discuss some of the supplements and some of the foods that are great for your liver. Cabbage vegetables, they're called cruciferous vegetables. Pretty much anything in the cabbage family. They have things like sulforaphane and indole carbanols and glucuranates, and they have all these wonderful precursors to nutrients. They have lutein in them, a great carotenoid. They have some vitamin D. They have some strontium. They have some minerals. They have some magnesium and potassium. All these things are good for you. All these things help your energy. All these things make the machinery of your body work much better. But they help create glutathione in the liver, which is like an antitoxin in the liver. But glutathione also is attached to things to break them down, like pesticides and toxins and all kinds of chemicals to remove them from the body. So cabbage vegetables of any stripe, it could be bok choy, it could be broccoli rabe, it could be kale, it could be Brussels sprouts, but don't overdo Brussels sprouts because they have arsenic. So be aware of that. Brussels sprouts tend to concentrate the arsenic from the soil, so only have them once in a while, even though I love them. They're delicious. And who doesn't like braised Brussels sprouts? And the thing is that the cabbage vegetables will help your liver detoxify. Always cook cabbage vegetables, because if you don't, they have goitrogens in them that can slow down your thyroid gland. But if you cook them, it breaks down the goitrogens. Other things that are helpful if you've had a lot of alcohol or that are good for your liver in general are berries, especially the dark berries like blueberries and blackberries and raspberries. And they also help detoxification. Veggies in general are helpful. But that supplement NAC is amazing for your liver. NAC is amazing for the liver. It's the go-to nutrient for your liver. It's the antidote to some of the drugs that are toxic to the liver, like acetaminophen can be very toxic to the liver, especially if you mix it with alcohol. There you go. So NAC is actually the antidote to Tylenol, Panadol, acetaminophen. If you overdo it, they can destroy liver cells. In fact, acetaminophen is responsible for 51% of all cases of acute liver attacks. Acute means sudden and disastrous. Chronic means long-term. So chronic damage to the liver could be alcohol, it could be a virus like hepatitis viruses, like hepatitis C or hepatitis B. But sudden damage to the liver, 51% of all cases is thought to be from acetaminophen. NAC is the antidote. In fact, in Europe, NAC is used in poison treatment centers, poison prevention centers, 10% of the time as an antidote. Does that mean it always works? No, but many times it's very helpful. NAC is converted to a very primary antioxidant in the liver called glutathione. Glutathione does a bunch of things in the liver. It protects liver cells so the liver can regenerate properly. But it also is used in all these different pathways to break down chemicals and remove them from the body. It's converted to something called glutathione peroxidase that's used for detoxification. Okay, there's a lot more to say about the liver. I think I'll stop at this point. We'll finish discussing this in the next episode, speaking about things you could do for your liver, healthy things you could do for your liver. So thank you for tuning into the Invite Health podcast. You can find all of our episodes for free wherever you listen to podcasts or by visiting invitehealth.com/podcast. And please subscribe. Please leave us a review. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at Invite Health. I hope to see you next time on another episode of the Invite Health podcast, and thank you so much for listening.